Welcome back in Tec Dev Studio, and in this video, we're going to learn about how you can basically write some code in Unreal Engine 5.2 with Visual Studio. If you haven't watched my last tutorial video that how you can basically create the C++ project, watch that. I show the most the both two version, that is how you can convert a blueprint project to a C++ project, and even how you could basically create a core C++ project. Okay, so we are going to continue our tutorial series with the core C++ project. So simply open your Unreal Engine editor. Okay, now we already set up some stuff at here in previous video. Now let's learn that from where we need to start our code. So I'm going to create a simple and basic system that when we overlap some actor, it will be show a print string. Okay, we want a simple mechanism. And in the C++ classes, you need to write your all the code. So you need to go to basically your all/C++ class. Then you find your C++ basic YT, and at here you find all of your necessary thing. Now the main thing you have there, now you can write from here, like whatever do in your blueprints. Like if you press right mouse, you find the blueprint class label and all the necessary stuff. In the C++, you also find the same in new C++ class. Here you find the even everything pretty similar, just UI difference, but you find pretty similar everything. Even in all class, you will find all the necessary components and the needed object and other stuff. Okay, so let's get started with some basic thing. Because I want an actor, with that actor I want to overlap, if it's overlap with my main character or something else or related with that, so I want to display a simple print string. So I'm going to choose a actor class. So the actor class is my main class. So for now that is my overlap class. So at here simple next. Now it will ask you to set the public or private. So I'm not specifying the class, so it will be giving me the both version that where I can basically write the public and private. So I'm leaving it like that, and I'm giving that I'm going to rename it to overlap checker CPP. Okay, even you don't need to write CPP because it's automatically generated. So I'm just adding with C, so I can understand, okay, this is a C++ class. Okay, but by default the Visual Studio give us a header file and a CPP file. Now it will be go in our this runtime project. Simply click on create a new class, and once you press a create a new class, it will be basically regenerated everything. So first give it some time to regenerate everything. So just wait, and once it's finished, so now it will ask you to give a reload. So just simply give a reload, and your header file and your CPP file will be automatically open, and from here you can basically execute. Okay, now let me give you some basic tutorials. What is the basically difference between the header and the CPP file? The header is basically why you can declare all of your main functions and your events, your variables. Okay, and you are going to use that and do whatever you want in your CPP. Suppose in the header file you declare a variable called int equal to my health, and that health just is a variable health, and at the CPP you are going to do all of your code that if I get any hit with some character, from that character depends on the damage sequence and the damage rate, I'm going to minus that with my health. Okay, so we are going to do that all the logics in our CPP file, and we are just declare the variables and functions and events in the header file. That is the basically the main, okay, and most easiest way which I can explain you. Okay, now in Unreal Engine you find here some core mine header file. Make sure Unreal Engine header file is very important. Unreal Engine header file is not similar like the C++ header file which we see or watch in our college or school teachers, that okay, you need to add this header file or student.h or memory.h to use that. In Unreal Engine header file is some difference, so you need to find that by manually from Epic Guide. You can search Google, you can do ChatGPT, you can go to with the Bird AI. There's a lots of way to search right now, so you can do which one you want. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is Here, header file we already learned that why we need the header file. Then you find the U class, that is basically the Unreal Engine class, and inside of that you find basically the main class, that is this actor, and this actor name is a overlap check. Why it's come a because Unreal Engine, I don't know why, but Unreal Engine specify any of type of actor, even it's an actor class, but they specify that with just writing or adding a with whatever name you give to your BP. It will be add a basically a that is basically a actor, then it's set it to public a actor, and instead of that it's generated the body and all the necessary stuff. It's add a public class and protected class and one more public class. Even you can add the private also, that is not mandatory. At here you find that they include a function, that is in the public they overlap check equals say this is a function. How you can understand this is a function? In every function you'll be find something like this, a first bracket and a first bracket open close and semicolon. Now if you don't know how you can basically learn these symbols, you find lots of YouTube tutorials about the symbols. Even I already created a video about this, that's under C++ simple IDE use and how the basically a basic C++ work. You can watch this video, and from there you can basically understand pretty similar some basic knowledge about the C++ if you don't have basic knowledge. Okay, but if you have some basic knowledge, it will be help you very much and too much here in this session. Okay, so we find a virtual void that begin play override, and we also find that virtual void tick float delay with the override. Okay, this is all virtually function. If you go to this CPP, will we find something like this, that void overlap tick float and time and super take, and the begin play is basically if you want. Okay, let me give you some example of what is basically it is. So I'm creating a simple, suppose a actor, and instead of that actor, suppose I want a variable. So right, we know that from event graph, if you want to execute any code, we use with the begin play or even overlap or event tick, or we create our custom event which one we can call. That is the same, the event begin play at here, and at the C++, this is basically why you can basically write your codes from here, blah 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 stuff, and it will be work from here. Okay, and the same for the event tick. So whatever we execute after this execution, it will be also work the same at here. Okay, blah 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 stuff. Okay, we already know what is this thing. Now let me give you a basic and very simple example. In BP we create a variable, something like this, a variable called I'm going to give it name, let's give it a bool, that overlap. So it will be checked that are we overlapped or not. This is a boolean basically. So how you can do the same thing in C++? So in the C++, in the public or even you the protected mean, basically this is something like this. Here you find a option called that is a private, that protected. It's mean that this variable can be only used at here, it can't be used somewhere else. Okay, that is pretty similar and pretty simple, right? And now because we want to declare a variable, so we in the public section I'm going to declare, so I'm going to declare it's like bool. I'm not sure it's very small or big for you, so let me just give it something like this, BOOL bool, and it's coming on my mouth on my display, so I'm making some smaller, BOOL bool. Yeah, now it's great. So bool equals, now I need to give my variable name, so overlap. So I declare my variable name. Now I can set the value with equals, that I can set the variable in a true or even false. Even I can leave this variable something like this, it will be work same, there's a no issue will become. We declare the variable at header file. Now in the CPP file here, because the CPP file including some files, or it's adding our header file, so it's mean that whatever will be declared at our header file, we can use, we can call that, we can do whatever with that in our CPP file. So in the event begin play of this our C++ class, I'm going to call my overlap, So simply you can call something like that overlap, and here's our variable, and you can double click and choose that. And once you choose that, let me set it to true. That is basically true. Yeah, something like that to true. So now what will be happen, it will be first create a or declare a variable with overlap, and then it will become something like this, overlap true. Now what's we basically doing at here, that is, let me show you. Like in the event begin play, I'm declaring or setting that to a true. Okay, that's what we did already in C++. Now if you have question, bro, like if you want to now are it's okay now if I try to run the activity, it will be work? No, it will be never work, because whenever you write some code at here, you need to first compile that code. So at the solution, you need to right press and set it to build solution, and it will be basically compile all the codes for you. If there's any error come, you need to fix. So as you can see, it's coming with U object, some blah blah stuff. So main core issue can be come from the Win64. So as you can see, our base is next 64. We need to set it to Win64 and close that and give it again build. So as you can see, with no errors, and it's built done. Now the second time you need to build it from Unreal Engine. So at here you find here basically the preload of your C++ class and system. So here is the basically your hot reloader. So just simply click on this. So it will be recompile your projects and your C++ class, and now you are ready to rock and roll, use this blueprint. So let me create a simple landscape at here. So we can, with that landscape, we can do whatever we want, I guess. Yeah, we can do. So simply creating a simple landscape, and I'm adding some lightning at here. So directional light, and I'm going to add a skylight. And for get a background view, great, I'm going to enable my engine content. Instead of that, content engine sky, I'm just adding this blueprint, and I'm going to choose our directioner, and I'm going to change the intensity to 3 only, not too much. I'm setting it to movable, and the same, that is a movable real-time capture. And even for that, get more better effect, I can you can use the atmosphere sky. So it will be give us more better result. Okay, that is pretty similar, and if you want, you can disable the warming or temperature stuff, but I'm leaving like that how it was right now. Okay, we have simply like this. Now at here, if you go to C++, so here this is a C++ class. So now if you want to use that, you can press on right mouse, and here you find that create a blueprint class based on. So it will be convert that into a blueprint class, which one we can use. So with that C++ class, we can use the basically the blueprint. Now at the content browser, we can choose that the name. So I'm giving it name that BP overlap, and C, that is the C++ class basically it's coming from. That's why. Okay, I save that, and now we are basically able to use that and drag and drop. So I can simply drag and drop in our level, and even if I double click and open that, and we can find something like this with, because it doesn't have anything right now. Even if you go to begin play, we'll find something like this. Now we have a question, bro. We create a variable, right? So can we call that? No, we can't call that, because that is a local variable for the C++. So if you want to expose that in Unreal Engine blueprints, so you need to write some code for that. So what code you need to write? You need to write some code with some U properties. So let me show you. If you want to expose, how you can do that. So in the header file, you need to declare that are you want to expose that or not. So I'm going to expose that this variable, so I can call that. So simply write that U in a capital letter, U pro p-r-i-t-y, yeah, property. Then at the U property, you need to get first bracket, and now you need to declare the what type of U property it is, what you want to do with that. So what I want to do, that I want that in a blueprint callable. So and I want first that I can see that or give a look at anywhere with this class. So I'm giving that edit and visible anywhere. So visible, you can write in a small letter that visible, visible, anywhere. Okay, so yeah, visible. I don't think so. Should be a visible. Yeah, visible anywhere. Yeah, okay, this spelling is correct. My English is total super bad. Okay, so visible anywhere. And now what we want to do with this blueprint? What we want to write and we want to read that blueprint. So we can write that blueprint blueprint, then read, then we can set it to write. And once you declare the read and write, so now we need to give a category that in which type of category we want to store that. So category, yeah, GORY category, then equals quotation. I'm giving it name that actor variables variables. Yeah, maybe this spell is right, I'm not sure. Okay, so blue blue, hey, blue, yeah, it's a blue print blueprint read and write. Yeah, now it's great. So if I now compile the code and go to Unreal Engine editors, and I need to compile the codes again. So basically we need to do whatever we do, we need to just do again and again compile. And now if I search that our variable overlap, here at the actor variables it's coming that get overlap set overlap. Okay, so in this way you can basically call that. Even if you want to only visible it as a read only, so from here you can remove the read write one and just write that read only. Okay, in this way you are basically able to expose that blueprints code in Unreal Engine. Okay, and yeah, so now because at here we declared that, and now from our BP let's execute this thing. Let me show you one more magic at here. Because this is our this is the C++ class, so I'm removing that, and because we create that to BP overlap C plus actor, I'm just add that. So at here we can, let's get that overlap and overlap variable, because we already know that we set that to true whenever the begin play will be done. So let me show you what is the result become. The result become false. Okay, why? Even I'm showing you. Print, as you can see, the result has become false. Why? Because this C++ doing their own begin play and it's have his own take. Okay, so we need to give it some time to utilize his own begin play and the event take, so it can be get output in our actual BP. So for get that system to execute, we can add a delay block simply or delay code. And now if I add a delay code and if I click on play, as you can see, this time it has been come true. Okay, so I hope you understand the magic. So you need to give some time if you are using that in blueprints, actual blueprints. Otherwise, if you are doing directly from the C++ class, so there you don't need to give anything. Okay, so yeah, you need to just use mathematical stuff and you just use some your brain. Okay, nothing else. Okay, so we already learned how you need to use the blueprints and other stuff. So in next tutorial, I'm going to give you and make some variable list for you, and I'm going to show that in a short list. And third, and that part I'm also going to show you the components adding and other stuff. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Love you all. See you in next tutorial video.